Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another tasty treat with me, your host, Feaston. Uh, yeah, thank you. Hi again. As you can see, we have a beautiful new addition to the set. Um, it's got a watermelon in the middle, beautifully handcrafted in the streets of Nepal. But most importantly, it's Django approved. Django says thank you for the cup. So I'm hoping that this entire video isn't completely antithetical to the entire point of this channel, which is opening things from step one. Cutting this tape on the camera, all that good stuff. I did that. It kind of was not the best quality. So I have a new little phone mount now. I've got, I don't know, just other things. I'm gonna try a little harder. I don't know, all that good stuff. So I do have that footage, but it's got Stranger Things playing in the background, various TV shows and commentary. It's just not good content. So I've recreated the magic of what it's like to get a shipment from G1. Pardon me, still sick. Of what it's like to get a shipment from G1, though. There's not a lot of videos that actually just like start to finish. What can you expect when purchasing with this, random Chinese company that whatever, just what do we expect? So I placed my order for my first purchase on December 31st. It got here on the 12th. So in terms of timing, 2 weeks or so appears to be the average, but here's what you can expect. Got personal information on that side, so we're not going to show that, but it's super basic box. Still got a little rip tear there on the plate, but they use this military grade army mesh. Oh, so squishy and fun. I have extra in there from a different order. But after throwing the box, as one must do, if you were to just order one single Mott Groove Pro, this is about exactly what you can expect. So they wrap it in the safety mesh, which we will use now, probably as a new part of the set as well, at least for this video, because it's oh so squishy. Look at that. It's very nice. But these are kind of the three things. So first off, you'll notice, hey, we got a little Mackie leather bag. It's pretty nice. It is exactly what you expect. I actually repackaged this one up because I am using the ones that they gave me. They're actually really good. But they have a little foam insert in there, and then it's just kind of like one of those coin purses that you had as a kid, or you may still have. So very fun. Smells good. Smells like real leather. That's cool. So we like that. And then you get some accessories, was really happy to get a nice little latched box. It's plastic. I don't know. What do you expect? It's got instructions in here, very specific, not in a language I understand type instructions. I don't know. But you've got tons of things in here. So all these flaps open up. You've got nice little tweezers. I like these. They're very soft on the balls, if you know what I'm saying. We got the proper star wrench tools that will fit all of the grooves of the groove, if you will. Most importantly, we've got stickers. I mean, who doesn't fuck with some good stickers? Another little compartment up here with another sticker. And then a bunch of different springs and a bunch of different materials, tightnesses. You got palm, you've got whatever that says. But these are nice, each one individually sealed. This is like a genuinely good little storage container. So really appreciate that they included this for a product, like this. It's expensive, it's nice, it's what you should expect. So we'll set that to the side as well. And then here we have the box. So it does come shrink wrapped. All right. And that's going to be really the only difference between what I have here out the box and not, including the fact that this tape was broken. I mentioned this on the previous video. I know this will be a little bit redundant from my first video, but ultimately, you know, I just want to be all inclusive. If this is what you're looking for, this is what you can expect. But this is interesting. So both of these are ripped, and as you can see, it looks like they were peeled off and then like re-stuck to the side. So to be clear, I did not rip these. It came like that. So that implies that these special edition MOTs, Groove Pro, Fu Yao, Photolithic Red, or Titanium Coating 2 editions are created after the fact. Like they modify a regular TI version. There's a few reasons why I think this is the case, and it most likely is. And that's fair. The problem is that with unsealed packaging, no indication of this on the website. Geeone does not offer bespoke services like NXEDC does, for instance, at least apparently on their website. So it just kind of comes down to confirming that this is an actually sanctioned official product. I'm sure it is. I trust that it's legitimate. If they feel great in the hand, it's just torn packaging mixed with things like this. Here is our authenticity card. Says Rhythm Pro for some reason. Has the correct picture of the unit, but then says TI Basic. So it looks like they did not create, you know, specific authenticity cards for the special edition Groove Pros, which is just strange because that's kind of the whole point of an authenticity card, is to authenticate. So after that, though, you open this bad boy, nothing else in here, empty box. How exciting. You got a little foam pad here, a little cutout for your finger to a little cutout for the finger, and then it'll just be the unit in a plastic bag like this. Now I have a lanyard on here. It's not going to have a lanyard or anything like that, of course. Also, your plastic bag, as a side note, should not be ripped in half like mine is. But I'll show you some interesting differences in just a moment between this one and the other. Ooh, where'd you come from? The other Groove Pro that I have. It's all so fascinating. This is just interesting to me. So ultimately, to note, we've got like this little fiery demon dude. It says CC. I don't know what that is. But then on the titanium coating 2, you can clearly see a 2 out of 8 listed there. Okay, now they did not simplify their fractions. It's not a 1 out of 4, it's a 2 out of 8. So this makes me think that there are 8 of these units, and this was number 2 out of these 8 units. Now, this right here is the only indication I can find anywhere that this is the case. Nothing else shows that, hey, there's only 8 of these being made. I don't know why they wouldn't advertise that. That would be a good, you know, thing for people to know. Nothing else in these boxes, by the way. It's just a little foamy. But nothing indicates that these are special edition. And for me, you know, shoot, these are not cheap now. And you'd think they would want to advertise these as, you know, there's only 8 in existence. I want to know that. That's marketing right there, baby. That's good information. So, whatever. It's just interesting. But now we actually have the goods. We got that chilling right there, safe in our army mesh. This is the other exact same Mackie. Lost the headphone there. Exact same plastic. Everything, same stickers, all that good stuff. And again, this is the Photolithic Red that we're showing right now. We just showed the Titanium Coating 2, which is right there. But this opens up, so this was shrink wrapped as well. Same thing. Ripped, open, nothing. Here's our auth card. Same thing. Rhythm Pro, correct picture, TI Basic, it does have a different number down there. So it does have letters on this one for whatever reason. There's a decent chance I swapped these two up at some point when I was like comparing and contrasting them. So that could be the TI Coding 2 one, technically. I don't know. But whatever, I don't really care. They don't indicate anything else. So whatever. But here's what's interesting. So again, this will come in a package. For me, it was like this. Torn. It's got obviously no lanyard on yours, but I had the unit in here. Completely different packaging. We've got a shark on here. We have Tide Shark. Let me grab the other packaging right quick. Put it away for some reason, but we have Tide Shark. It's like ribbed for my pleasure. I don't quite. Ooh, there goes half of it, but I don't. It's different. Like it is just simply different packaging. Obviously, no indication of a special edition or anything. Get the other piece of plastic so you know I'm not lying, but no. Like this is literally different manufacturing. All smooth, ribbed, not completely translucent. So it's just strange coming from an official manufacturer, why that would be the case. And when you're spending this kind of money on something like this, I think it's pretty fair to state some of these things in the descriptions, and to make it really clear off the bat that, hey, don't freak out when you see the white seal broken. It hasn't been tampered with. MOT takes whatever. They don't have separate packaging, whatever. I just want to confirm that, they're legit and they feel legit. I know that they're good, legitimate products, but there's just other strange things. I pointed it out in my first video. I'll quickly review here. The plastic resin coating, which wasn't even clear to me personally that there was a resin coating on these to begin with. It's about twice as thick as it is on so this is the TI Coding 2. This is the Photolithographic Red. It's about twice as thick on the TI Coding 2. So it makes this thicker in the hand. Like it feels different. Maybe that's a good thing. But again, just some of these details aren't very clear. I have sent a message out to MOT. It is a long message. I included a lot of questions I would appreciate answers for. I made it clear, like, hey, I'm doing business with y'all. I look forward to working together in the future. I just want to make sure, like, I know what to expect being new to this fidget world, because I know it's, Lord almighty, I know it's a small world, but it's quickly growing. And if they're going to be working with us, the people, the fidget community, I don't know. I think it's okay to hold companies to a decent standard, So, and I just recently placed a very large order with them a couple of days ago. So yeah, the Geeone, again, the way it's packaged, this really nifty mesh net, I quite enjoy quite a lot. I mean, everything was beautiful in terms of that. It's just some of the communication, some of the information they give you, that's a little funky. If you are curious, here's what I've done for lanyards on the TI Photolithographic Red. It's janky as hell. I'm brand new to this. I'm trying to learn, but I made a what is this, Cobra knot? I don't know. I made some sort of knot down through here. I integrated some of these beads into it and then went through it with micro cord to do that. And then I fished the micro cord. Here's where I was pretty proud. I took this little ring that I got off Amazon. I fished the micro cord through its mouth and then clamped it shut. And that was the start of the whole thing. And then the cool part has practicality, where this little ridge here now acts as a little holder for my pinky. And because it is clamped through there and tight, this doesn't move. So yeah, having a lot of fun with the paracord side of things. Did something similar on this one, different color scheme, obviously, with the oranges and different colors. Also on this one, I put a snake just this little slithery snake on the bottom. But it's kind of fun. It kind of looks cool. And then again, this little nubbin acts as a perfect little pinky holder. So, hey, there are tons of tutorials on paracords, things like that. So I'm not going to bother. But if you're interested, I mean, let me know. At the end of the day, these products are Django approved. I want to make that very clear. Me and Django, we had a side discussion, a post-meal coffee, decaf, of course, as well as just some wine. But after discussing, we think this is still a good purchase. It's still worthy. Just would appreciate some answers from our homies at Geeone, or if Mont, I don't know how to contact Mont directly, whatever. But hey, solid little things here. They're a lot of fun. The modifications on them, again, listen to this bad boy. Oh, I got this thing like zippered out, and then this thing more toony, more clicky. More toony. So I wasn't planning to like do a bunch of modification videos, but I mean, I can't just keep buying fidgets forever. So eventually I'll run out of video ideas and I'll need to start doing modification videos. But also if people are like, yo, how the hell you be making your Mott Groove Pro Fuyao Photolithographic Red snap like that? And I'll be like, this, homie. So just let me know. I can, hook up some thing like that. But thank you so much for joining my feast. I appreciate it. It was delicious overall. Django approved, watermelon included. And I look forward to making many more videos like this for all of my future purchases. I will be recording off rip in a much better setting, and I don't know, whatever. But you'll get to see the plastic break. You'll get to see my initial reaction of opening fidget metal toys and getting some strange pleasure out of it. So thank you again. Hope y'all are having a magical week, and I will see you later.